Social transformation under the government's growth agenda is going according to plan. Mobile legal aid clinics are being brought to the people, as well as social intervention programs being carried out in communities. Hello, I'm Adrian Atkinson and you're watching Jamaica Magazine. On the show today, Tourism Minister Edmund Bartlett reflects on achievements made in 2017 and it's World Book Day, so we highlight the impact of reading on a productive life.
All registered voters in St. Andrew Northwestern and the Norman Gardens Division in Kingston East and Port Royal will be allowed 3 hours off to vote on Election Day, March 5. Voters will use the Electronic Voter Identification System, EVIS. To find out where to vote, call the Electoral Office of Jamaica, 1-888-991-8683. This is a message from the Electoral Office of Jamaica. Free and fair elections. It's up to you.
Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh, and this is your JIS News for Friday, March 2. Government is taking bold steps to leverage technology to boost efficiency in the public sector. Prime Minister Andrew Holness says work is ongoing to digitize the public service, which includes creating web-based platforms and portals such as GovNet and gov.jm. He maintains that this is necessary to deliver the kind of services that make doing business in Jamaica easier and attractive to investors.
We don't have huge surpluses that we can use to generate economic growth through government spending. What we have to create now is using the efficiency gains from public sector transformation to attract people to Jamaica by virtue of the fact that Jamaica is easier to do business than anywhere else in the Caribbean. That is the premium that we are trying to create, and technology will give us the leverage to create that premium.
Prime Minister Holness was speaking at a press conference at the 7th Annual Inter-American Development Bank IDB Caribbean Governors Meeting on Tuesday. Cabinet will soon make a submission to Parliament outlining its decision on the Harmony Cove Development Project. That was revealed by Darrell Vaz, Minister without portfolio in the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation. He was addressing the Standing Finance Committee of Parliament on Wednesday and said there were 3 outstanding issues that would determine whether or not the project proceeds.
3 issues are the geographic location for the exclusivity of the casino license, the shares held by government, and whether or not the government is prepared to look at reducing its shareholdings, and last but not least, in relation to the tax incentives outside of the omnibus provisions that are there now.
Harmony Cove is a 2,300-acre property on the north coast, which was being developed into a resort by Harmonization Limited. Harmonization is owned by the Development Bank of Jamaica and the National Housing Trust and their private partner Tavistock Jamaica Incorporated. Minister Vaz told the Standing Finance Committee that the Tavistock Group was presented with government's position on the tax incentive issue, which could be a deal-maker or deal-breaker for whether the project goes ahead. The group is to come back to the government with its final position. It was also revealed during this week's Standing Finance Committee that 18 firearms have been taken off the streets of St. James under the enhanced security measures in the parish. National Security Minister Robert Montego says the firearms are mainly rifles and pistols. 351 rounds of ammunition have also been seized, along with other items. The Security Minister says 782 persons have been detained and processed, resulting in the arrest of 61 individuals who were wanted on warrants. The enhanced security measures were implemented on January 18 to contain the parish's rising murder figures and protect public safety. Last year, 335 murders were recorded in St. James. The Education Ministry has taken steps to revamp and revitalize the Tablet in Schools program, following a study conducted on the initiative. During the next fiscal year, $7 million will be spent to provide 17,500 tablets to schools across the country. 385 charging carts, 630 laptops, and audiovisual display units will also be distributed to 210 schools. Education State Minister Floyd Green says the revised program will aim to ensure that students are able to take full advantage of the enabling technologies provided through the program.
What we do now in our schools is that, one, we provide schools with tablet sets, which are for the schools and are for the classes that never leave the schools. Because the reality is that the tablet sets should be used in the incorporation of everything that is taught in the school. So you just change from class to class, program to program, but you have the technology as an enabling environment.
The minister was speaking at the 10th Biennial College Libraries Information Network Symposium in St. James recently. And finally, Education Minister Ruel Reid is calling on all Jamaicans to use their creativity, skills, and natural resources to build the country.
And so we as Jamaicans have to use our own creativity or natural resources, how we can create things that we can use for ourselves, we can sell to the tourists, and we can sell to the world. That is part of how our economy will grow. Once we are able to do this as people of Jamaica, it means therefore our country can grow.
The minister was speaking at the recent 16th staging of Jamaica Day at the Denham Town Primary School in Kingston. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.
Mommy?
Yes, sweetie?
How can I change my world?
You can change your world by being polite.
Good morning.
Good morning. Have a nice day.
Thank you, Miss.
With just one action.
We can change the world with acts of random kindness.
Stay kind, act kind, be kind.
In 2017, the tourism sector scored big with 4.3 million visitors to the island and earnings of about $3 billion. Tourism Minister Edmund Bartlett reflects on some of the successes as efforts will redouble this year to surpass the achievements made.
I'm Ed Bartlett, Minister of Tourism for Jamaica. If I were to choose one word to describe the performance of Jamaica's tourism sector in 2017, it would be phenomenal. It was a year of success upon success. We welcomed a record 4.3 million visitors to the island last year, a 12.1% increase over 2016. This earned us some $3 billion while sustaining over 100,000 jobs and fueling numerous other sectors such as agriculture, manufacturing, transportation, and entertainment. This success leaves little doubt that tourism is the cornerstone of Jamaica's economy and a significant contributor to the nation's growth and development. It also confirms that my 5x5x5 growth agenda for the sector is bearing fruit and that we are all well on our way to achieving our target of 5 million visitors and $5 billion tourism earnings by 2021. In 2017, we took strategic steps to target new markets and increase the number of flights to boost tourism arrivals on a sustained basis. We added new routes with airline partners like Southwest and Spirit. We also welcome a charter flight service from Poland operated by TUI, the world's largest tour operator, as well as flights operated by Everlope and Eurowings. I recently returned from Spain, where Jamaica and Mexico signed a multi-destination memorandum of understanding which focus on joint marketing and airlift arrangements. This follows close on the heels of similar MOUs signed between Jamaica and the Dominican Republic and Cuba.
Jamaica, round of applause as we invite them to sing, which we already did. We certainly look forward to serving you.
Hotel investments boomed in 2017, and we saw in excess of 1,500 new rooms coming on stream in the major resort areas. In January, we welcomed the announcement of US $250 million investment in the sector to develop 3 major hotel projects, which have the potential to provide some 5,000 new jobs. This includes plans by the Excellence Group to build 2 hotels in Oyster Bay in Trelawney, the construction of an AC hotel in Kingston by Sandals Resort International, Marriott International, and ATL Autobahn, as well as the Sandals plan to develop the Dragon Bay Hotel in Portland. We continued our efforts to modernize and upgrade the infrastructure of our resort towns for the benefit of both visitors and locals. Through the Tourism Enhancement Fund, we committed 1.9 billion Jamaican dollars to major projects in Montego Bay, 105 million to Falmouth. In addition to previous allocations of 829.9 million, we continued the upgrading program for Ocho Rios and provided 636.8 million more for the period. Our efforts to strengthen the links between tourism and other productive sectors were in high gear in 2017 as we sought to spread tourism's benefits, increase consumption of local goods and services, and created a more diverse product. This was fueled through the 5 networks: gastronomy, sports and entertainment, health and wellness, shopping, and knowledge. We established Jamaica's first gastronomy center at Devon House, launched the Blue Mountain Culinary Tour, coordinated one of Jamaica's biggest and best carnivals ever, and launched the Tourism Agri-Linkage Network, ALIX, an online platform to facilitate the purchase of local, fresh agricultural produce by our hospitality industry. Last year, our mission to grow and develop the industry's human capital got a boost with the launch of the Jamaica Center of Tourism Innovation, which is facilitating training and certification for the hospitality workers' labor force. We also continued our support for small and medium tourism enterprises, which are critical drivers of employment. Through the TEF, we allocated an additional $350 million to the National Export-Import Bank to provide loans to the small and medium tourism enterprise operators. To celebrate the designation of 2017 as the United Nations International Year of Sustainable Tourism for Development, the Ministry of Tourism and its agencies hosted a series of activities. This year's activities culminated with Jamaica hosting over 1,400 delegates from across the world at the United Nations World Tourism Organization, Government of Jamaica, World Bank Group, and Inter-American Development Bank Global Conference on Jobs and Inclusive Growth, Partnerships for Sustainable Tourism, which took place last November at the Montego Bay Convention Center in St. James. The conference was of great historic importance as it signaled the first time that the UNWTO and its affiliate members were staging a world conference on tourism in the Americas. A major outcome of the conference was a 15-point Montego Bay Declaration, a blueprint for global tourism sustainability, from which will flow an action plan for destinations to follow. The icing on the cake for our dynamic year in tourism was a resounding endorsement at the 24th Annual World Travel Awards in December, where Jamaica copped world's leading wedding destination and world's leading cruise destination, among other accolades. I therefore take this opportunity to place on record my sincere gratitude to the dedicated tourism workers and all our private sector partners who have contributed to the tourism sector's great success. I also commend my dedicated team at the Ministry of Tourism, the Jamaica Tourist Board, along with all the other agencies for their devotion to duty. 2017 was truly a phenomenal year. Our achievements augur well for the future of tourism in Jamaica.
Let's get a little breeze on this land. All right. Now let's get some bounce in the rhythm. All right. Let's get some fire on our hearts. Now that is what we call all right. Run, come, get some Jamaica.
No, son. A verb is an action word.
Parents need to become more involved in their children's education.
Parents are the first and in many cases the most important teachers.
Read with your children. Review their schoolwork. Visit their school.
Tapping and rapping and slapping, I said.
Nice. High five. Woo!
A good education will never decay.
It's World Book Day, and the Jamaica Library Service, through its annual reading competition, has been promoting and keeping the interest of reading books alive. The competition welcomes children and adults and covers a wide range of books. We recap a past competition and look at the impact of reading on individuals.
Balaclava, Eldersley, Junction, Louisville, Malvern, Nain, Red Bank, Santa Cruz, Southville, Warminster Branch Libraries and the St. Elizabeth Parish Library. It was roll call time for the finalists in the National Reading Competition Parish Finals of the St. Elizabeth Parish Library Network. 5 age groups vying for varied prizes as well as an opportunity to represent their parish at the national finals. The National Reading Competition seeks to promote good reading habits, cultivate an appreciation of books, and foster continuing education in adults.
The National Reading Competition is a flagship program of the Jamaica Library Service. The competition started in 1988 as part of the organization's 40th anniversary celebrations. They are encouraged to read as many books as possible, but there's a minimum of 6 books that the children have to read.
A total of 97 competitors from all public libraries within the network participated in the competition. The competition started with the 6 to 8 age group.
Why did Grandin Nanny like the name Nancy? Santa Cruz, Branch Library?
Because it reminded her of the character Anansi, the tricky spider.
Thank you very much, that is correct. Where did Grandin Nanny say she was from? Red Bank?
Africa.
Okay, yes, thank you very much.
9 finalists were present for the 9 to 11 age group.
So your individual question is going to be taken from Number the Stars. How old was Ellen at the beginning of the story?
10.
Thank you, that's correct. What nickname did Anna Marie and Ellen give to the tall soldier?
Giraffe.
Thank you very much.
And the 12 to 14 age group certainly showed off their mental ability skills.
Who was Mr. Craven's housekeeper?
Mrs. Medlock.
Yes, it is. For how many years was the garden locked up?
10 years.
You're correct.
And it came down to 2 entrants for the adult categories. At the end, the winners were well rewarded.
This yearly event continues to inspire children to become voracious readers and boost literacy standards. Additionally, the competition creates a link between school and home to encourage the involvement of parents to support children.
Jamaica Library Service once again underscores the relevance of public libraries through the provision of a wide range of programs and services to all age groups across Jamaica. And through the Global Libraries Initiative, several state-of-the-art ICT resources were installed in 119 public libraries, including the St. Elizabeth Parish Network.
I'd like to invite members of the public to come in and benefit from our newly installed computers. Currently, we have introduced our digital literacy training, which is for persons who already have basic computer skills, and basic computer training for persons from as young as 4 years old up to senior citizens.
Through the project, an advocacy committee was established at the St. Elizabeth Parish Library.
The library on a whole is a life-saving institution that is geared towards the development of not only the human as it is, but the community and the country on a whole.
Students are certainly enjoying the benefits of the enhanced library offerings.
When I come here, the internet is fast and reliable, and I have many places to search from, so I rarely leave from here with an assignment undone. And I usually finish my assignments fast, so maybe I take the time to play a game or two.
I come here often, I read books, it increases my vocabulary, so I speak very well, and my friends kind of call me a dictionary because I know so many words.
The Ministry of Science, Energy and Technology is now accepting applications for the 2018 National Innovative Competition under the theme Recognizing Excellence in Innovation. Submit entries to any of our 11 categories to win cash grants and trophies. Applications must bear the Jamaica Intellectual Property Office's JIPO seal to indicate authenticity of submission. Applications must be mailed or delivered to Mrs. Andrea Carr, Coordinator for the Innovation Awards Secretariat at the Scientific Research Council SRC. For more information, call 1-876-927-1771 or visit the SRC website www.src.gov.jm. Application closes Monday, April 30, 2018.
See Marcia husband, him a one of the biggest juggies.
Wait, somebody a scream.
Lad, them a bund up rice work and never pay the extortion money.
Who them man there? How would them a do with Jackie little daughter?
It's serious times. Speak up for justice and keep your eyes open. When you hear about any crime, report it. Silence brings violence.
A message from the Ministry of National Security.
Jamaica is such a nice place to live. The inviting countryside, nutritious foods, engaging spirit of our elders. People all over want a taste of our culture. What they don't want is our crime, and neither should we. It just doesn't fit into our liberty. Let's rid this sweet country of ours of this monster that is crippling the growth of individuals and the nation at large. In your corner, if someone commits a crime, speak up. There must be one trusted person you know who you can tell. You may also call the police from a payphone or private number if you don't want to be identified. Consider downloading the Stay Alert app. Via this platform, you can send a picture, text, or video on acts of crime. This crime monster that is eating away at Jamaica must be controlled and it starts with us. We, the citizens, must take action to protect our communities, schools, and workplaces. Let's unite to ensure crime does not prevent Jamaica from being the place of choice to live, work, raise families, and do business.
It's a new beginning. New day is dawning. It's time to arise. We are the gene of achievement and pride.
A bold new beginning. Time for action. We have the spirit to fight on.
This is Jamaica. This is our land. We have our future with God in our plan. We'll play our part building this great nation. This is Jamaica. This is our land. Let us make every effort to forge unity and resolve to work hard for our prosperity. Leaving our children a legacy of hope, breaking the shackles and smashing the old. This is Jamaica. This is our land. This is our we have our future with God in our plan. We'll play our part building this great nation. This is Jamaica. Let me hear the children say.
This is Jamaica. This is our land. We have a future with God in our plan. We'll play our part building this great nation. This is Jamaica. Come on, everybody, let's sing. This is Jamaica. This is our land. We have our future with God in our plan. We'll play our part building this great nation. This is Jamaica. This is our land.
Jamaica, together we can.
We've come to the end of our show, but certainly not the end of our connection. Just click on our website, jis.gov.jm. And while you're online, send your feedback to jamaicamagazine@jis.gov.jm or via tweet at JIS News. Do join us again tomorrow for another informative program. On behalf of the entire production crew, I'm Adrian Atkinson. Do take care.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.